So now that Patreon supporters of Direct Contact, the best upcoming tactical FPS, have been given access to the game, it is now time to move into a different form of Direct Contact content. By that, I'm talking about tutorials, how-tos, best loadouts that I personally run, and things like that. And to kick off that new type of content today, guys, we're going to take a look at my personal build, my favorite build for the assault rifle category. In future videos, we're also going to break down my favorite SMG loadout and my favorite sniper rifle loadout. But for today, we're going to start with the assault rifles. Let's go ahead and jump into Direct Contact. Alright, so here we are in the beautiful world of Direct Contact. Let's go ahead and jump up our weapon customization and take a look at our first category, assault rifles. Look up here in the top left, we're going to open up the primary tab. Now, you've got a lot of options down here. I'm not a huge AK guy, personally, so I'm not really touching the Kalashnikov. I believe that's how you say it. I could have just butchered that. But we're going to take a look at the AR-style rifle. This is my flavor of choice. I love the MCX. IRL, I love the MCX. It's a great weapon system, but I'm going to go for the M4A1 block because I like how it feels in the game so far. So after we hit that, we're going to jump up Customize Menu, and we're just going to run down these in order, top down. So let's take a look at handguards, sorry, for the MK4. Now, one really cool thing about Direct Contact is the ability to change the length of the barrel. This is going to change the handling of the weapon, which we're going to be able to see up in this category when we change that. So first thing we're going to actually do is mess with the barrel. For the barrel, we have a 16-inch and we have a 13-inch. You can see right there, it's changing the muzzle velocity. Not much, but it is changing it. Me personally, since I'm making a all-around rifle, I'm going to use the 16. If I were running a map that's smaller, such as the Maryland map, I might go with the 13. If I'm going for something that's going to be very efficient on every map, I'm going to go with the 16-inch. All right, so now that we know our barrel is going to stay at the 16-inch, we don't want to pick a 10-inch handguard because a lot of the barrel hangs out of the end. So we're going to pick one of the 13 inches. Now, this is going to affect some of your muzzle velocity a little bit more than the actual barrel will. It's also going to change with the ergonomics a little bit and the weight. So we're going for a lighter weight. Since we have a longer barrel, we're going to try to get the least amount of weight we can. And because we're trying to go with the lightest weight, we're going to scroll all the way to the right here and go with the 13-inch MCMR, which is going to put us at 54.97, which is lower than the other options in the 13-inch category. All right, so now that we got our barrel and handguard knocked out, we're going to go down here to pistol grip. And this is going to change our ergonomics a little bit. Not by much, but it will a little bit. For me, I'm going with the FDE MOE pistol grip because I feel it increases. You can see up here in the ergonomics, it does increase it just a smidge. Not by much in the least, but it does increase it a little bit. So after we got that picked out, we're going down to stocks. All right, so looking at the stocks, we're going to have a battle between weight and ergonomics mostly. The recoil control is going to change a little bit, but not enough to really make a difference if you've played a tactical shooter before. The UBR sand is going to be very heavy, but provide a pretty good ergonomic at 55.625. Now, if we go down to the Viper sand, you'll see that the ergonomic stays the same, but the weight goes down a little bit. And if we go to the Viper black, you'll see that the ergonomics goes down a little bit, but again, we get below 7 kilograms on the weight. And then if we look at the CTR black, that is going to bring us down a little more in the ergonomics, but a little down as well in the weight. And at this point, I'm trying to bring down the weight. So we're gonna go with this one, the CTR black. It's gonna give us the best bang for buck, in my opinion. All right, now with the stocks out of the way, we're going to skip long range sights and we're going to go to close quarter sights and go from there. Now for me, I'm gonna go with the holographic sight, tan or black, it doesn't matter. All the details up top stay the same, but also you could go with the red dot V2 aim point, which I really like. It makes for a really crisp sight. I'm gonna have them pop up here while I'm talking. It makes for a really crisp, easy to understand sight. It's just a simple dot. The MR5 is a little small, in my opinion, for the type of work we might be doing at range. The ACOG is a bit too much of the zoom feature and not as much close quarters, so it's great when you're at range, but then when you get up close and personal, it's going to start causing issues. And same with the HAMR sight, it's going to have a little bit too much of that long range. In my opinion, when I'm running these maps, I'm typically going the holo sight or the aimpoint V2. For sake of this build, I am going to go with the holographic. As far as positioning on the rail, I typically go to the third dot to the right. I just feel it feels good personally, and it keeps it a little more realistic because then it's not slamming up against the rear sight here. So I usually bring it up. Could do one, leaving that little gap, but I usually go to the third. All right, we are also going to skip the handguard accessory, the 45 offset. We're going to skip that for this build, and we're going to go down to handguard grips. Now here we have a couple of options. We have the AFG forward grip, and we have the M-lock adapter, which is going to allow us to put on this guy here. So let's take a look at them individually. All right, so down here in the handguard grips, first we're going to take a look at the forward grip. What's up, Bob? Sorry, Bob popped up over here. First, we're going to take a look at the forward grip AFG. And you can see we have 59.014 for ergonomics and 6.48 kilograms as far as the weight. And if we look over here, we're going to see 6.7 and 61.514. And we also have the KAC forward grip, which is going to bring us down to 59.014 and 6.7. So between these two, we're picking this one. Then if we take this comparison here between the AFG and the stubby, in my opinion, the stubby is going to end up feeling a lot better. And for now, we're going to move this all the way up. We might move that around a little bit once we get our laser and stuff on. I can't remember where I had it in my saved build, but for now, we're just going to push it all the way to the end. And we're going to move on. All right, so let's go ahead and go down a little bit. We're not going to mess with front laser right or left because we're going to put that on top in this category here. So let's go to iron sight and make sure we fold down those iron sights. Keep them on there for realism's sake because you wouldn't run a rifle without those iron sight pop-up backups. So go ahead and keep them on there, but keep them folded down so they're out of your vision. Now we're going to go to top attachment laser and throw on our laser. We don't want it way back here, but we also don't want it slamming up into our front sight. So we're going to put it right about here, right at the closest place we can to that iron sight. And we're going to scroll down a little bit. Every rifle, if you ever buy a real rifle, the first thing you need to get on that rifle is a light, because if you cannot confirm your target and make sure that it needs to be shot, you don't need to run that rifle. So let's go ahead and take a look at lights. We're going to throw it on the right side. We're going to throw on the M-lock adapter, which will give us the light. And that's all you got to do. For this, it can't be moved, so we're just going to keep that where it is. Now we're going to scroll down to the last two categories, and that is muzzle. We're going to throw on the muzzle brake, throw on the silencer, and suppressor cover. Take your pick. It's not going to change any of your ergonomics, your weight, recoil, any of that. Take your pick. Me, for today, kind of liking the olive, huh? Yeah, I like the olive. And that's going to be it for the build. One thing I didn't cover earlier was the position of the stock. This is something that doesn't affect, at this time in the game's development, it doesn't affect any of this. In real life, what you would do is you would hold the rifle up and have the stock come down and get into this position, come into that crack of your elbow. But obviously we don't know where that is in the game, so I typically bring it up as close as I can here. That looks pretty close to what I have up there, so that's what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead and close it and shoot this thing on the range. All right, so now we have the weapon here. We have the system all set up the way we like it. We have our laser, we have our flashlight here. Also, I've done a little bit of change to the way the keybinds work in my game. If you would like to see a video on the keybinds I use for direct contact, let me know it down in the comments. I'd love to make that content for you guys. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and fire this rifle at the 50 and see how we feel with it. Oh yeah, that feels good. I like that. Let's see, I like the maneuverability of it. It's pretty quick on target. That feels good. That feels good. Yeah, it feels quick. It feels responsive. If I can hit my targets, let's go. Come on, there we go. But anyway, yeah, I like the look of that. I like the feel of it. I like the position of our foregrip to our laser. We can work that laser from that position. All right, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go ahead and take this thing to the CQB area and see how it feels over there. Hey guys, while we head over here to the CQB course, I do want to say how much I appreciate each and every one of you for your support for this channel. It has been booming with the direct contact content, and I love it. If you also want to continue to support this, if you want to jump in the conversation, go check out the direct contact Discord, and also follow me here on the YouTube, where I'll be releasing a ton more direct contact content. All right, so here we are at the CQB. Let's go ahead and test out this loadout, see how she feels. Let's go ahead and jump into her. Let's clear, no traps. Pushing left, clear left to center. Cool. Swing, no traps. Dropped. No traps, clearing left. Left to center, clear. Move on to the next. Swing it. No traps. pushing out. Dropped one, moving up. Swinging the next door. No traps. I got dropped pretty quick. Checking left. Left clear to center. Check around that door too. Good. Moving up to next. No traps, open door. Small room, clear. Moving to next. Swinging. Up high. There's a trap. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Alright, go in, check right. Contact right. Right over the top of that. I think I dropped him, I'm not sure. No, I did. Alright, next room. Contact right, or left, I mean. More contact. Dropped him. Need to reload here. You can shoot through little small stuff like that. Checking right, right clear, left. We already took those guys down. Checking in this hole here. Yep. Good thing we checked. Alright, let's move on to the next. Can't kick it open. And we're back out to the main. Cool. All right, guys, that's going to be it. That is going to be the setup that I run typically for the assault rifle. There can be a change here and there, like a different optic or a different foregrip, just kind of playing around with it. But generally, this is what I've been running since I've had the game. If you guys enjoyed the video, please let me know. Drop a like on it, drop a comment. Please subscribe if you want to see more direct contact content. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace out.